The next speaker will be Sumin Pyo. She's going to read her essay, Harmonizing AAPI Heritage, which won the 11th, 12th grade category in 2024.
Several years ago, my family and I boarded a one-way flight from Korea to our new home in the US. Everything was so different in my new home. I could no longer eat the comforting food my grandma made me. I had lonely lunches at school, and most importantly, I had to adjust to a drastic language change as my knowledge of the Korean alphabet was no longer useful in school. During this uncertain time, music was the one thing that helped me explore my identity. I started playing the clarinet in the 5th grade, and soon I could express my conflicted feelings with just a reed and my magic wand made of wood. It became my gateway to emotional expression that had been suppressed by the language barrier. Music will always be the one thing that allows me to solidify my self-identity, no matter where I am in the world. Several months ago, I was sitting in my rehearsal room with my fellow members of the Boston Youth Music Ensemble, or BYME, a volunteer ensemble that performs for the elderly at nursing homes. We had just been told that we would take on a new gig in May, performing at the Asian Cultural Night at Belmont High School. I could sense the uncertainty in my peers' faces as showcasing Asian culture through music was drastically different from our usual selection of old pop and jazz. When I received my part for an arrangement of arirang, a traditional Korean folk song, my face showed my indifference, as I was unsure whether the Belmont audience would understand and truly appreciate this piece. As we read through the piece, I was brought by surprise as the warm and mellow sound of my clarinet playing the main melody of arirang filled the room. Ever since I was little, I would hear this melody like an anthem every day, when my grandma hummed it under her breath, and when I learned to play it on a traditional Korean instrument called tanggu. My favorite part of the variation we played is the opening, where there is nothing but the sound of the clarinets playing, as if stating the simple but sincere melody of the Korean folk song. Each time I play the piece, it's a reminder of how no matter where I am and how I am impacted by my surroundings, my Korean heritage is something that will always be a part of me. Weeks later, after we've built a full understanding of the piece, I think of this piece as a representation of how, rather than eliminating my Korean culture and heritage, I should always take both of my cultures into account without letting one outshine the other. Just a few days ago, we stepped foot on the Belmont High School stage with nervous jitters to perform arirang, which we had been pouring our hearts and souls into for the past couple of months. At the time, we were unaware of the broad impact our performance would have on the audience. As the bright stage light shined on our faces, we nervously played our first harmony. The quietness of the crowd made the melody ring and fill the entire room, which emphasized the silence of the audience and made me second-guess the song choice. Once our performance ended, we made our way to the lobby with sighs of relief to greet our friends and family. Just as I was about to make my way to the exit to go home, an elderly woman walked up to me and held my hand as she spoke sincerely about the joy our performance had brought her. Later told by my sister, the elderly woman had been humming along with the melody throughout the whole performance, bringing her back to her past when she had lived in Korea, surrounded by people who understood and appreciated her culture. Hearing about this brought tears to my eyes, as I had just realized that our performance transcended beyond mere notes and rhythm and evoked cherished memories in someone from a very different time and space. I was filled with joy at the fact that I was able to connect people across generations and cultures in a way words often cannot. Like the elderly woman who had been touched by our performance, I hope that the performance I create, the music I create, will continue to bring others back to a time when their culture was more vibrant and alive, helping them relive cherished moments and experience a deep connection to their heritage. We Korean Americans may be living more than 6,500 miles away from the homeland of our culture and heritage, but I am confident that the music I produce with my clarinet will be able to reduce that emotional distance to fully connect us to the souls of our ancestors who also hummed the exact melody. Thank you.